I have explained that the houses are fixed, right? Now, if you find that in any house, for example, first house or second house or seventh house, different number is written. It means the zodiac sign related to that number is placed in that house. I would be explaining that every number has a different zodiac sign. So based on that zodiac sign, for example, 1 is the zodiac sign of Aries.
I checked that, but here 1 is just also in Cancer. Like the 1 is always correct and the 7 is always correct. But here,
So Cancer means number 4.
yeah, but in the chart it said number 1 because the ascendant is.
Yes, the first house.
Yeah, so in this particular website, it's not the numbers that correspond to the signs because I checked.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's not the case in this site.
I would be explaining that. So have you checked the horoscope based on Western astrology or?
Well, this is done on VEDIC. On the VEDIC.
Vedic
Yeah,
astrology.
this site is
Yes.
saying that they check.
Yeah. So the Cancer, 1 means that house number 1. And the Cancer means number 4. So the first house occupies Cancer zodiac sign.
Yes, this I know.
Yes.
This I understood by checking. But as I say, for example, here, my son, first house is in Scorpio.
Scorpio.
But it still gave number 1.
Yes.
In the house.
So in the house number 1, Scorpio zodiac sign is placed.
I'm with you. But here, he's got 2 in the second house, but then the third house is no number. And the third number is here. And then the fourth and the fifth are here. So it's not connected to the signs.
This is different. I will be explaining that
Yes.
because all the numbers are fixed. Only zodiac signs, they differ. If somewhere it is not written, it is misprint. Otherwise, this is house number 1 fixed,
Yes.
second and third. It has to be the house number 3. If the numbers are based on the houses, so it has to be number 3.
Yes.
And what is this sign?
That's Capricorn.
Capricorn.
Yeah.
So in house number 3, Capricorn zodiac sign is placed.
Yes, I know. But it's just like in 3 horoscopes, the site gave the numbers nicely arranged.
There may be some software problem, some printing problem.
Maybe because it showed up just in.
Yes.
It was correct, and in a few it was not. That's why I got confused.
No, don't get confused. It is always has to be correct.
Yeah.
The numbers are fixed, even if we put the numbers or not. The numbers are these numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Even if we put the number or even don't put the number. So don't get confused about the number.
Yeah, then it's the website. Probably.
Yes, yes.
So we must maybe
So the
find out.
houses, the number of the houses, whether it is written or not, that is fixed. The this house you said, right? This is Scorpio.
No, here.
Yeah, here is.
This one. It's, for example, in his third house, there is no number written on the side. It's probably a mistake.
Yes, probably the mistake. And this is
Capricorn.
Capricorn. So in house number 3, Capricorn zodiac sign is placed.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So there lies the difference of individual horoscopes. In my first house, Gemini zodiac sign is placed. You might have different zodiac sign.
no, I understand the whole thing.
Yes.
It's just the site.
So there is some problem with the website or some printing mistake or some error. Okay. But these are the fixed number,
Yeah.
whether we put it or don't put it. Okay. So once we complete with the Saturn and Mercury, we will start with zodiac signs. Okay. So we will be doing both the things in parallel. No, we have done Saturn in seventh house. We were doing right.
Yeah.
So I explained yet that wherever Saturn plays, Saturn reduces the speed of that house. That thing also I explained, and creates a sort of disciplined atmosphere, an atmosphere of accountability, punctuality, regularity, or responsibility. So, because of that reason, the attributes or the traits related to that house become bit serious. It means anybody who has Saturn in the seventh house, so their spouse is more disciplined, responsible, punctual, because of all these serious terminology, the spouse is not that jolly looking. He's very concerned about, I have to be very professional with my husband or wife. So they also put a disciplined atmosphere around the spouse. Okay. Anybody who has Saturn in the first house, he or she would be disciplined, but he would appreciate discipline. So he would not gel up with indisciplined people much. Once in a while is okay, not every time. First house. Anybody has Saturn in the first house, they prefer those people who are accountable, punctual, disciplined. Yes, they can gel up with anybody, but not every time. So they have their own preference, and uh, they expect that other people should be disciplined and responsible like myself. Right? And something related to the seventh house, Saturn placed in seventh house. It is concerning related to the marriage house, right? So anybody who has Saturn in seventh house, the marriage or the partner or the any kind of relationship happens in the latter part of their life. So there is a delay. Saturn creates an atmosphere of delay. Things are delayed. You must have observed your life, various phases you have lived, various time period you have lived. You can recall those time period when a lot of patience are being required. You're putting effort and the effort is not getting fruitful. Every time you are, for how long I have to wait? You ask yourself, you know. So it means Saturn energy is playing the role. For example, if you are searching something or any effort, any direction, and you're not able to find it. My God, 10 times I've been searching the thing which was so close. When you actually find it, the thing, any address, any location which was so close, and you have been searching round and round. Certain time period is in progress. You are in the grip of certain time period. Somewhere maybe in your chart, dasha, antardasha, sub time period or transit, certain energy is empowering you. Saturn is checking your patience. Saturn always tests you without giving any lesson before. Saturn and Jupiter both are gurus, both are teachers, but there is a big difference. Jupiter give you all theoretical knowledge and then take test. Saturn will not give you any knowledge and before giving any knowledge, he will give you test. Because he check, analyze that the gift or the fruit which I'm going to give to my native, is he deserve? Is he capable of that? So he check your patience, check your ability, capability. That is why in the horoscope, which I have explained, 10th house and 11th house, the lordship is Saturn. So the effort you're putting in house number 10, work, work, work. And the rewards you're getting in house number 11, that is also Saturn. So the effort is by Saturn and the reward is also getting from Saturn. Okay. So anybody who has Saturn in 7th house, whoever they interact in their outside world, they have to be very disciplined, accountable, professional, punctual. And this has to be the way. There is no other way around. And Saturn is quite comfortable in this house, you know. Why? Because Saturn and Venus are friends. And this is the house of Venus, house number 7. Venus is all about enjoyment, enjoyment. And Saturn is about working hard, hard, hard. So they gel up with each other. So Saturn is quite comfortable in 7th house. It is also said Saturn is best in 7th house. Now let's move to house number 8. Everybody knows about house number 8, right? Now we place Saturn there. You know, you must have observed that the personification of planet Saturn is black. Have you heard that? Have you seen that? Anybody visited Saturn temple? Shani Mandir?
There's the black seeds.
Yeah, all kind of remedies and mustard oil and all that. Have you ever seen the Saturn Shani temple? You can see. It's a very dark and gloomy side inside. And there is one person, personification of Platon Saturn, in ugly looking person, very dark complexion, and sitting on buffalo. That too is black. Nowadays, many people in India or even outside India, they are very frightened of planet Saturn. Shani, they usually say Shani. They are very frightened. And every day and night they pray, Saturn, please take care of us and all that. No. And they pray to Saturn. They keep on praying and doing all sorts of remedies to please Saturn. You know, as per my interpretation, my analysis, no remedy will work to please Saturn. And those sages who have personified Saturn in black color, an ugly looking person, and sitting on the buffalo, they have a very deep significance. All these are metaphors, but deep down, a lot of significance, a lot of higher philosophy behind that, which rarely could decode. I'm decoding it. Even if you ask any Hindu person, any Hindu religion following, why this Shani is in black color, they will give a stupid kind of explanation. I'll give you the right explanation. When you put hard work, the result is in darkness. Depending upon your hard work, the result will pops up or comes into limelight. So they have the people who have those who have been they have the authentic knowledge of planet Saturn. They have personified it in a black color. That is darkness. You are putting effort, the result is in darkness. So they have personified it in black color. All Shani temple in India or abroad is in black color. And the person who is sitting on and buffalo, why is buffalo? Saturn is a slow moving planet. The slowest among all the seven planets. It takes, all Saturns on all the planets are moving. It takes 1 year to move from one house to another house. Very slow moving planet. Anybody who is under the influence of planet Saturn, they their way, their expression is bit slow. So that is why they have chosen buffalo. Buffalo cannot move fast, right? He has to left, right, left, right. Very heavy body. So that is the reason. Everything is personification, we are not in a position to decode the original meaning. Original meaning. We cannot decode it. But this is the thing, original meaning of planet Saturn. And no remedy will work. Keep on donating the black seeds and mustard oil, various kind of remedies people perform. Why? Because Saturn is a planet. The only way to please Saturn is to be regular, to be disciplined, to be punctual, to be accountable, to be regular. Slow and steady wins the race. Anybody, and this is a common saying, they wear toe ties in their neck to please Saturn. The reason is that Saturn, the tortoise is moving very slow. Slow moving animal, tortoise. So they have signified, they have connected with Saturn, but nothing will work out. The pain Saturn gives you, you have to suffer. Only then you become strong. Any doubt related to Saturn in seventh house? So eighth house, we have already done that. It's all about darkness. Now the benefit of Saturn in eighth house, eighth house is a house of sudden happening or mishappening, accidents, death. So anybody whose Saturn is placed in eighth house, the the intensity, the intensity of accidents or suddenly the problems which are being popping up as per the nature of eighth house, that intensity is reduced or minimized. And eighth house is the house of other people money or the money of their spouse. So one is disciplined or has to be disciplined in managing other person money or the finances of their spouse if they are taking care of it. Very perfect. One thing more, eighth house is also the house of in-laws. That comes after marriage. House of in-laws. So, how well you are with your in-laws? Just you have to go and check your eighth house. So, Saturn in eighth house creates a very professional atmosphere, a professional kind of communication with your in-laws, or you are supposed to be disciplined and responsible towards your in-laws. Responsible towards your in-laws. Maybe at some point of time in life that they are in need of you. They may be old and they need your caring, because of Saturn. So all the things related to the eighth house, Saturn guides you to be very slow and learn. If you have to learn tantra, magic, or the science of ghost, be very slow, step by step. Saturn means step by step. Don't be in haste. And Saturn is quite good in eighth house because uh, it creates a shield against death. And the thing which I have already told, that wherever Saturn placed, it gives you a skill. Gives you a skill. So Saturn in eighth house. Anybody who has Saturn in eighth house gives you a skill of handling other person money, good in finance. Eighth house, other person money, or the money of your spouse, or the skill related to all the things which are not visible. You know? Any doubt related to Saturn in eighth house? Because eighth house, there are many things are there, and how the Saturn is playing the role. Saturn in ninth house. Ninth house is the temple of our horoscope. Is the most religious uh, field and aura of horoscope. So here Saturn is disciplined. So there is a difference between Saturn and Jupiter, but they are quite related to it. When Jupiter has been in the ninth house, Jupiter is giving respect, following, paying the lot of respect and following and being silent. But Saturn may not be that follower, but he is very disciplined and punctual and accountable towards his guru. For example, if guru has said something, he is always ready to stick to it.
Similar to Jupiter, very similar to
Jupiter may not able to follow it, but he will respect. Respect is the primary thing. In the Saturn, respect is a secondary thing, following as per the rules and regulation. That is the primary thing. And respect comes as a shadow. There is a possibility that the guru could be very strict, very disciplined guru. A guru could be strict, disciplined, very hardworking in this case. So one has to be that kind of relation. My spouse has Saturn in ninth house. In her teenage, when she was learning the classical dance Kathak, the guru has given the guidelines. Okay, you need to practice, because she has seen that the guru was practicing a lot. So she was practicing. And she was the only person who was practicing a lot, getting up early, because she has seen that her guru was practicing. And the guru is strict. So she follows the discipline of the guru. Respect comes as a shadow. You understand? Respect comes as a shadow. But in case of Jupiter, respect is not as a shadow. Respect is the primary thing. Then comes the other things. So there is a difference. And uh, fortune is the house of fortune, ninth house. Luck, house of luck factor, ninth house. And this is a house of long distance travel. So these people are very punctual and disciplined when dealing with the long distance travel. So when they are traveling, they all the necessary things which are required, they keep that in mind, and they have to be, for example, if they are on by plane or flight or by train, they reach at least 45 minutes before the time, because the discipline. Sometimes we have an argument. I have an argument with my spouse. The train will depart by 11. Why to reach by 10? We reach by 10:30. No, we are going very far. So we have to be by 10. Saturn in ninth house. They are very disciplined, following their idealism, their higher philosophy. They follow it very strictly. Jupiter believe in higher philosophy in ninth house. Saturn follow the higher philosophy and strictly. If the position of Saturn is quite comfortable, and to please the fortune, they are very skillful. They put lot of effort, and the fortune favors them. That is the only way of Saturn. Saturn gives you gift, gives you success. But again, wherever Saturn plays, it reduces the speed. Things are delayed. She has been putting so much effort throughout her life, but she comes in limelight globally in the field of classical dance, Kathak, in his early 40s. So the fortune is delayed. That's the way of Saturn. But they put lot of effort. But when the Saturn gives you the fortune, they give you the best. That is for sure. She was not in the limelight for so many years, but when she comes in the limelight, oh my God, nobody in the field of Kathak, everybody recognizes her, everybody knows her name, Rajeshwari Sharma Kathak. Everybody knows, India, even abroad. Whoever some knowledge of Kathak knows her. Fortune, a limelight, because of the hard work she has done for so many years. So Saturn gives you, but it gives you with delay your fortune.
One question.
Yes,
Saturn is also one of the middle path.
yes,
So if someone, like your wife, practices too much and it's not in balance,
yes.
will he also correct her?
Definitely makes you sick.
Yeah, so
Yes.
the body is sick. So
Body is sick, yes.
Yeah.
Will delay. So anybody who has good Saturn, they themselves balances. That balance, that middle path comes on its own by nature.
Yeah, but someone with a poor position, Saturn may need his help too.
Yes, but there are other planets also playing the role. One who has Saturn in good position, these people are very balanced people. If they are practicing for 1 hour. They will not practice whole day. That discipline, that balance, that middle path comes on its own. Saturn in the first house is not good, frankly and bluntly speaking. So they the balance is upset. Sometimes they are too much disciplined, sometimes they are laid back, lazy. Let's forget it. Let's enjoy. So Saturn, they have to struggle with planet Saturn. Saturn in 10th house. Again, the ownership is of Saturn. Saturn is very comfortable because here, if the position, the placement is strong, he would be putting effort, lot of effort, hard working, disciplined, and very disciplined relation with the bosses. Because 10th house is the house of bosses, your colleagues. One of my client has Saturn in 10th house. He's in Mumbai, and he was complaining me about that business is not running well. I discussed about his business, that I'm selling certain products and I'm not getting much profit. So I asked him, from where you are purchasing the product? He said, but just nearby market. Nearby market only? Are you not putting effort in the research work of your product so that you could get better product and cheaper? He said, I'm not doing that. I said, do that. Put effort in the research work of the product you are selling. Do at least 10 market research. Search in at least 10, 20 markets and then analyze that product. Do the hard work, put effort, then finalize it. In the beginning, he was adamant, but there was no other way, and he followed me. And his work started running well. Because Saturn says what you are doing, you're not putting effort, you're not putting hard work. So I'm not going to give you. I do not give to lazy people. I frustrate lazy people. I give depression to lazy people. So Saturn says hard work, physical effort. In a very layman terms, Saturn is pleased by your physical effort. Recently, only I posted one of my image post on Facebook that anybody who has Saturn in their first house, if they are going any sort of problem, start doing mopping and brooming of the house on daily basis. This is something weird. Remedy is weird, which I am telling you. Somebody in business is not running, what the brooming and mopping will do, you know. But there is a psychology. I'm talking about Saturn. Saturn, you can please Saturn by your physical effort. You're not doing much in your business well, but simply Saturn sees you are taking care of your house, you're brooming, you're mopping regularly, you're exerting physically, may not be in the direction which is required, but in some weird direction. But Saturn is such a friendly planet, he only sees the effort. This person is putting effort, may not be in the right direction, but I will give him. You know,
Get the broomstick out. I do it every I go just here. My Saturn is in first house. All the time.
so Saturn is on way. So 10th house, very distant. You need to be very accountable with your bosses, very punctual, responsible towards your colleagues. 10th house of colleagues, right? So Saturn is comfortable here. He is in own land. And 11th house. 11th house of dreams, ambitions, our goals, our wishes, our desire, our liquid cash. No, depending upon the 10th house, Saturn will reward you. If you have genuinely, sincerely put effort in your 10th house, Saturn is there to reward you in 11th house. Again, 11th house is a house of networking, business networking. He says, if you're doing some business or any kind of networking or job, you need to be very responsible and accountable with your networking people. Regularly wish them, regularly greet them because they are giving you business. Remain in touch with them, not when they are giving you something. Even they are not involved in your business, even then remain available for them. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Diwali, or any other Valentine Day or some. Remain in touch with them. keep on sending messages, goodwill messages. And Saturn says, I will fulfill all your dreams, all your wishes, all your desires, even those desires which you have not wished. Yes, only condition you have to be very disciplined, accountable, punctual, dutiful. So, how can we discipline in the house number 11? By by calculatively moving towards your dreams or ambitions step by step. That's not simply dreaming. For example, if anybody who has a desire of building a big house, one of the desire connected to the 11th house, and he or she has 11th Saturn in the 11th house, how can Saturn be helpful? Saturn says, do all the homework. You should have thorough knowledge of how to build the house, what are the things required, what are the practitioner or what are the expert people required. So discuss with them, do some meeting, analyze, plan out, then step by step move toward it. So all your wishes and desires would be fulfilled. By simply a dreamer will not be the way of Saturn. And Saturn will increase your earning, 11th house of earning, slowly, not instantly. And one thing very important related to Saturn, Saturn over the period of time makes you more and more mature. In the house it is placed. Okay. So anybody who has Saturn in any particular house, in the beginning phase of his or her life, he may not be that mature, that disciplined. But over the period of time, Saturn will make you mature, disciplined, punctual, because he's a teacher also. He's giving you teachings also. But his way is very weird and unknown way. Anybody has Saturn in 11th house? No?
No, it's 12.
12.
I checked.
Okay. Now let's move to the Saturn in 12th house. 12th house, a house of celebration, enjoyment, seclusion, relaxation, right?
Also, celebration, enjoyment, and seclusion isolated. It's
Yes.
in the same house, in very different aspects.
Why? Because when you earned a lot, what you will do with your money? And the celebration could be of various forms. Somebody who has earned a lot, had worked hard for 30 years, 40 years, he would like to celebrate sitting lonely nearby sea beach with a beer, enjoying his retired life. That could be his celebration. And if somebody want to retire himself at the age of 40, I will not work after 40. I've earned a lot. So he would not be sitting alone by nearby sea beach with a single beer in his hand. He would be enjoying party with the friends. So celebration depends upon person to person, right? And there could be a person who would like to go in some monastery, some ashram for deep sadhana, meditation. That could be his celebration, which he has been longing throughout his lifetime. Huh? If you enjoy a celebration with his company, and few enjoy celebration with everybody, and there are few who enjoy celebration with his spouse only. That's all. Nothing required. I'm happy with my spouse. We enjoy beer, we enjoy alcohol. Nobody else required. So it depends. And there are few who enjoy celebration with unknown people. No friends, no relatives, no spouse. Unknown people they enjoy. So 11th house, 12th house, house of celebration. But it only comes when you are done with your earnings or your wishes or desires are fulfilled. Now, how discipline and punctuality comes in picture. For example, the celebration going on, right? Everybody is gathered inside your premises, right? Saturn will not say, I will not have alcohol. Jupiter will say, I will not have alcohol. Saturn says, I will have alcohol, but only one peg. That's my quota. Or maybe two peg only, that's all. You enjoy people, but I want to remain disciplined. I will enjoy alcohol, I will enjoy beer with you, but my capacity is only one beer or maybe two beer. Not after that, not more than that. That is the way of Saturn. And that has to be the way of Saturn, or has to be the way of native who has Saturn in 12th house. Saturn is not against celebration. Previously, I've explained that Jupiter in 12th house is in favor of donation, but to good people. Saturn also give donation, but he will not select people. He give it to all. Let everybody enjoy my expenditure. But when he's spending money, 12th house of expenditure, spending money, he will keep an eye on his saving also. So that lay something for the rainy days, don't spend all. That is coming by natural, or he has to be, if he is not following the rules of Saturn. You know, the 12th house is also is connected with the hospitals, asylum, jail. That is also secluded places. You know, hospital, we are left alone for the recovery. Once in a while, our friends or our relatives are coming. Otherwise, we are left alone. Hospital, asylum, or rehabilitation center. That is also 12th house. One who has enjoyed a lot with his earning in 11th house. So where he would be going, or one who has enjoyed a lot in the 12th house, he would be going. You know, there are few people who enjoy alcohol and they crosses the limit. So they have to go to the rehabilitation center alone to get himself balance back to the society. Or in a mood of enjoyment and celebration, there is a possibility of quarrel also, right? Sometime There is a quarrel in 12th house. When we are celebrating, when we are enjoying, we are out of mind sometimes. So there is a possibility when the quarrel is more physical quarrel, then the cops will come and take away. Jail overnight, prison. So when these people, when they go out with their family for dinner or lunch, anybody certain has 12th house, they enjoy party, they enjoy celebration, even they go outings and they also go to the five stars and all that. But they always have that eye, let me not cross the limit in my expenditure. That thing is always there in their mind. And there is nothing wrong in it. There's nothing wrong in it. Your Saturn is giving you guidance. Don't cross the limit. Limitation is Saturn. When I say limitation, Saturn creates a limitation, creates an invisible boundary. First house, Saturn says this is your capacity. Don't exert too much. Stay in your limit. Second house, this is your capacity. Don't eat too much. The same way, Saturn says don't crosses your limit. Two peg or भैया हेलो भैया थोड़ा सा आवाज थैंक यू So Saturn says do not cross your limits. And one who has very good place Saturn in 12th house will not cross the limit. Only badly placed Saturn will cross the limit. That will go chapters ahead. Right? Any doubt?
The moksha part of
Moksha is the part of 11th house. Anybody who has Saturn in 12th house will do effort. And if his effort is, moksha is the maturity in all the dimensions of planet. It's not the Saturn part. Even Mercury has to be mature. Venus. Venus. Everything has to be in a mature realm. And Saturn will put effort in achieving moksha. But moksha happens when all effort ceases. That is the irony. That is the paradox. It is said that Lord Buddha achieves moksha by doing vipassana meditation. Lord Buddha, or simply Gautam Buddha, he achieved moksha. When I say achieved, I'm not able to express, so I have to use certain words. It's not achievement, it's beyond achievement. He becomes enlightened. When he left, he has exerted himself. He has used all the techniques, whatever the techniques the gurus has been giving him, may be very absurd, very odd, stupid techniques, but he has been following and doing it. And for so long, he has been putting effort that he is completely tired. And all efforts ceases. Deep down in his subconscious mind, a realization, maturity happens that no effort will lead you to anywhere, at least to moksha. So that very night, when he left everything, I'm not going to do anything. I'm completely tired. I've done everything in all dimension of my life till date. At that very moment, moksha happens. Moksha, the definition of moksha, what mystics has been saying, is a kind of third eye opens, and we realizes that we are not body. We are not only body. We are not only mind. We are not only soul. We are the part of existence. And anybody who has moksha, he would realize that he is not the new person in this planet Earth. On this planet Earth, there was a time when he was a tree, when he was a plant, when he was a bird, when he was an animal. So when he was a rock, and from rock to plants to birds to animals, he has become a human being. So that all is realized. That is why it is said, there is a book, very famous book, Autobiography of a Yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda. One who realizes or moksha happens is also called a yogi. He would not write an autobiography because this is so vastness. He realizes that there was no time when he was not there. Only shapes were different. It was in the form of rocks, mountains, dust, plants. So what to write is a sheer vastness. So that is why I am not in favor of that autobiography of a yogi. Yogi will not write his or autobiography. Biographies could be there, not autobiography. Because the moksha means complete zeroness. There is one enlightened person, Osho, you must have heard about. No? A lot of controversy around Osho. He was saying in his discourses something related to female body. And there was some journalist, I think maybe from Germany or some other country. She asked a question. You have not married in this life and you have no girlfriend, then, and you have not been any relationship, any girlfriend. So how could you so minutely say about a woman body? He said that I have been in the body of female in my past lives. So what I see is not based on my thoughts. I see and speak. So the people who are all enlightened people, their eyes are different. You can see his eyes. You can watch his video discourse. He's not blinking his eyes for 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes. Such a relaxed body. So he says that when what I see, I speak. And when there is nobody in front of me, I'm blank. I'm zero. I never forget anything. But I do not remember anything. It's very difficult to understand the enlightened people unless and until we become enlightened. Buddha says, when I see flower, I become a flowering. I become a flowering. What kind of terminology they are using? They are saying that they have become the part and parcel of the existence. Now, this wall or these trees, They are not other, they are oneness. That is why, just out of compassion, they speak. Everybody, we have certain goal or theme. We want to preach for the goodwill. You want to improve the society. You want to improve the human being. They don't want to improve human being or goals or ambition. They are beyond goals and ambition. Out of compassion, they bound to speak. So the 12th house, Saturn is putting effort, but moksha will not happen because of Saturn. Saturn can gives you maturity, but that maturity comes by putting lot of effort. So any doubt related to the Saturn in all the 12 houses? So before I proceed with Mercury, it's a very interesting planet in all the 12 houses. Very interesting. I want to share with you the zodiac signs, 12 zodiac signs, and their lordship. Then we'll start with Mercury. Just put one. Beginning is Aries. And the lordship is Mars or Mangal. The second one, Taurus. Lordship, Venus or Shukra. You know, Shukra has come from Shukranu word. You know, Shukranu, I'll explain. The semen. In Hindi, we say Shukranu. The semen, we say in Hindi, Shukranu. So it means one who has, in a very layman terms, not in actual, one who has a lot of sex power. It means Venus is very strong. It's not that. The semen, it is connected with the semen. One whose Venus is very strong, he or may not be sexual. Only those people are sexual who has weak Venus. This is something very contradictory. Because anybody has strong Venus, their aura would be so glowing, beautiful, Shukra, that they are sexual. Their aura is sexual, but they are not sexual. And those people who are into the lust of sex, they are not good Venus. Right? You know, the child is still not entered in the world of sex world. He will enter after 14 years of age. How glowing the child looks. He's not aware about sex because of Venus. Venus is very strong at that point of time. So it simply comes when I was saying the Taurus, Venus, and Shukra. Third is Gemini. And the lordship is Mercury. Budh. In Sanskrit, Budh is this, Buddhi. Buddhi. Fourth, Cancer. Lordship is Moon, Chandra. So the numbers which I am putting, that is a zodiac signs. 1 Aries, very clear. 2 Taurus. Number 3 Gemini. Number 4 Cancer. Number 5 Leo. Lordship Sun or Surya. Sixth Virgo. Lordship Mercury or Buddha. Number 7 Libra. Venus or Shukra. Number 8 Scorpio. Lordship Mars or Mangal. Ninth Sagittarius. The Lordship is Jupiter. I'll also put the name. Okay, Jupiter is Brihaspati. Brihaspati. Okay. Along with this Aries, also put the Sanskrit name of zodiac sign. First is Mesh, Mesh. Mesh. In Sanskrit, we say Mesh. And the Taurus, we say Vrishab. 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 Okay. Mithun. Gemini. Mithun. Mithun. Okay. And this one, Cancer, Kark. 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 And Leo, Sinha. 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 Sixth one, Virgo, Kanya. Kanya in Sanskrit means a girl who is below 10 years of age. Kanya. Libra is Tula. Tula. And Scorpio is Vrishchik. Vrishchika. Vrishchik. Vrishchik. Vrishchika. Or you can also put C here. Vrishchik. Vrishchika. Vrishchik. And the ninth one, Sagittarius, we say Dhanu. 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 Okay. Now the 10th one is Capricorn. In Sanskrit, we say Makar. 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 The Lordship is Saturn. Yes, Makar. And the Sanskrit name Shani. Number 11. Aquarius. In Sanskrit we say Kumbh. Kumbh. Again, Shani. The last one, 12th, Pisces. In Sanskrit we say mean. And the lordship is Jupiter. Brihaspati. Okay. Mean, the Sanskrit meaning of Sanskrit mean, word mean is fish. Pisces. Kumbh means a pot. That Aquarius, Kumbh.
Yeah.
Kumbh. Okay.
What Kumbh Mela is the fair of the pot?
That is different. Kumbh Mela means
Same.
everybody is joined at certain place,
Yeah. Not the same Kumbh.
Kumbh means the pot.
Yeah.
Kumbh Mela means it has the same significance, but it is used in a broader sense. Kumbh, no, actually, Kumbh Mela means that all the people from everywhere they have gathered in a small in a small pot, so that particular place become a kumbh, like a pot.
It's like not always celebrated in the Aquarius time.
No, it's not.
It can
No.
be of all different times.
They are different times. They all the priest, Hindu priest, they calculate. They have their own calculation. See, by the name of God, by the name of religion, frankly speaking, by the name of yoga, a much scrap has been spread. Yoga means union with your consciousness, not doing exercises. That is aerobics, not yoga. If you are doing aerobics slowly, that will not become yoga. Yoga is so much higher terminology. When it has been said that every woman has a man inside, every man has a woman inside. So the person who realizes, become enlightened, that yoga really happened. You have seen the shivling? Seen? And below the shivling, yoni, right? Indian scriptures, Indians mystics, they were so scientific. They have touched the pinnacle of spirituality many years back. Now this is a downfall. They are they're simply spoiling the reputation. They have a very symbolic representation of male sexual part and the female sexual part. The representation of intercourse. But it means when the yoga happens, that your outer male or a female is joined or they in sublimed with their inner male or female, then the first time yoga happens or the very first time intercourse happens and you become enlightened. If you have not read the book From Sex to Super Consciousness by Osho, you should read it. It's a wonderful book. All discourses compiled in a book. So they now what is happening is all metaphors. They are all fun. So nobody, and those who are pouring milk and water, they don't know what is happening. They feel kind of shy. Oh my God, what I'm doing? But it has been done by over the period of time, ages. So I have to do it. They're all following it. Nothing authenticity left. But when it happened, when it started, it was very deep meaning. So by the name of yoga, all circus is happening. By the name of all meditation, nothing. Those who are teaching meditation, they are not a meditator. The irony is this. Those who are teaching it, they have learned from their books, Vedas and scriptures somewhere, they have learned the technique and they're staring it. That will not work. Only that person is capable of sharing meditation, one who has achieved certain level of meditation in his or her life. You will feel the aura the moment you go nearby that person. Your thought vanishes. Become relaxed, poised. So, but just out of advertisement, everything is happening. So, so you need to remember all these, all the 12 things. Uh, from
Same like the house ownership.
it is connected. So it means your first house, the ownership is Aries, and the ownership of planet is Mars. Second house, the ownership of Taurus, Vrishab. The third house is Gemini. Fourth house is Cancer. Fifth house, Leo. Sixth, Virgo. Seventh, Libra. Eighth, Scorpio. Ninth, Sagittarius, Dhanu. 10th, Capricorn. 11th, Aquarius. 12th, Pisces. It may be that zodiac sign is placed or not placed. That house, the land, the ownership is by this zodiac sign, and the ownership is of this planet. Okay? So you need to memorize in the beginning, then it will become your habit. Okay? Want to take a break? So we'll take a break for 10 minutes. So, any question you have regarding whatever I have said? Any question? No? So we'll do Mercury in all the 12 houses. This is also very interesting planet. I have said before that Mercury is the planet who is the main villain and the main hero of our horoscope or among all the 9 planets, because thoughts comes the first. Okay, we think, we analyze, and then we speak, or we started applying action comes afterwards. First we think, right? All the big things happen because of a thought process, or all the bad things happens because of the thought process, and miscommunication or good communication, and result is positive or negative. So Mercury is the main hero and the main villain of our horoscope. One thing about Mercury, as I have explained, the Mercury is a pure businessman, right? He is interested in profit. What he is getting out of it, right? Wherever Mercury sits, in whichever house Mercury planet sits, in a very layman term, Mercury tries to open the shop related to that house. Oh, he is a business. He means business. He speaks business. He thinks business. So, in whatever house it is placed, he or she, Mercury wants to sell the traits or the attributes or the qualities of that house. He may or may not be successful, but he has that kind of mindset. Maybe someday I could sell these things, in which house I am placed. So let's start with Mercury in the first house, right? So what is first house? First house is ourself, our body, our characterization, everything connected to our personality. So what Mercury will try to sell himself. He would find, I have a very good brain, I have a very good body, let's become a bodyguard, let's become a wrestler, I have a very sharp brain, let's use it. So there is a possibility that Mercury in the first house could be a brokers, because they are using themselves, their experience in selling. Mercury in the first house could be a scientist, could be wrestler, could be a bodyguard, because they are selling all the things related to their first house. First house is a body, it's characterization.
Prostitution?
Could be, yes, could be. depending upon the placement of Mercury. And there are some other planets also, because the business of prostitute is also connected to Venus also. So other planets also support, but that can be a possible. In service industry, he is doing services, he's providing service. First house, everything connected to himself or the body or the physical traits, physical body, physical self, Mercury in the first house will work accordingly. Anybody has Mercury in the first house? No. So keep an eye on the horoscopes. If you could find out few friends, in which business he is in or she is in. And there are many scope, many can say branches. It's not a single thing. There are many things related to the first house, but he may not be doing so, but he would like to do so.
My father has it.
First house?
Yeah.
So in which business?
He cannot sell himself. He cannot sell himself. He could never sell himself.
Okay. So what he has been doing throughout the life?
Yeah. Like smaller jobs than he probably would have liked or could have done. He cannot
In job, what he has been doing?
some repairman.
So he is selling his skill.
Yeah.
Skill is related to ourselves, right?
Yeah, but don't we all do that? Like everybody who works in something is selling his skill.
This is in particular.
Yeah.
And I will be going in all other houses. You would able to differentiate that.
Yeah. But maybe if it's not strongly positioned, he cannot.
What kind of job you said is into that?
He would repair some technical things.
So repair is connected by it is something related to the body. He is using his body for that thing. You know, the tools or repairing. He is using his body to do that. So whatever the person is doing, it is connected to the physical attributes, physical self, characterization.
But I think every job, everything, we have to use our body somehow. Like,
But in this case, he is using the skill of his hands.
What about thought process and analyzing?
That could be the case. If we consider that he is a very sharp brain, he can sell ideas. He could be a motivational speaker. But anything connected to himself, he would be happy to sell that. Right? Mercury in the second house. Now, second house, there are many things. Voice, he could be a singer. Second house is related to our savings. He could be in finance industry or something related to banking industry. It is connected to the eatables, food eating habit. He could be in a hotel industry.
So Mercury
There are a number of possibilities.
only about business, basically. Like,
Jobs also.
Yeah, but is there nothing else like the mental process or
Yeah.
Sorry.
is there like the mental process or how people can connect information? Because this is so far only about jobs that people would do.
No, jobs and business, anything.
Yeah, but it's still jobs and business. I mean, is there nothing about the mental way how Mercury functions or something else that is not only job or business.
Yes, he would be, as I've told that Mercury is more into selling, is trying to open the shop. And the skill he consider himself that what skill I have, or there is a he may not be successful. It's not that everybody is successful in doing that, but he finds that I am good at doing that. So maybe something related to maybe in freelance or business or jobs. So his brain would be thinking that in that pattern, right? So second house is face. He could be a beautician. Anything, any work related to the face. Family lineage is the second house, right? So he may be involved in the business with his family or family business. This is very common in India. Family business, yeah, just they carry forward doing the thing what the family has been doing. Carry forward their family business. Father was sitting in that shop, grandfather was sitting in that shop. So Mercury be in that house, second house. And it is connected with the voice. So he could be a motivational speaker, singer, selling his voice. Food industry I have told. Something related to eating, food industry. Because Mercury is in favor of doing worldly things which could give him profit or give him earning. It's not a philosophical planet. He is in favor of worldly business. Like Jupiter, is a philosophical planet. Is more into that thought process. So Mercury and Jupiter, they do not gel up with each other. Because Jupiter is Gyan, knowledge, preaching. But Mercury want to sell that, want to earn profit. Jupiter is not in favor of profit. He may be preaching free of cost. So that is why Jupiter and Mercury, they do not go well with each other. Right? So, Mercury in the third house.
Same house they both are. He has Mercury and Jupiter both in that house, in the second house.
One thing, there are many outcomes of this combination, because Jupiter is giving knowledge, right? And Mercury is selling that knowledge. These people could be a good teachers.
And make money with it.
They're very good teachers. If they go into teaching industry, they can do well. Because Gyan is coming and selling is also coming. Not much time gap is there. But there are other things also. So third house, Mercury. Mercury in third house means he may be involved in certain business with his brothers and sisters. Or brother and sister, they are involved in their business. Or he or she could be a hawker. Hawkers who are selling their trades in just nearby things, not going very far away. Hawkers, they are nearby sea.
Like vendors.
Vendors, hawkers, who are into selling things, but very nearby. Because third house is a house of short distance travel. There are few people who are selling certain things, food articles, just on bicycle and moving around the Arambol only, not going very far. Now, it is connected to our daring. We dare is seen to third house. So these people could be involved in certain kind of business where a lot of daring is required. That bungee jumping and skydiving, or where the daring is required. Or the third house, the house of communication. They may be in the house, the social networking site. All is a kind of communication. He may be working in some industry where he is only sending and receiving emails, or telephone operator. Third house. Or handling social networking marketing. In any company, we have certain people who are the bridge in a form of communication. We do not speak to the vice chancellor of the company directly. There is a bridge. So these people could be in that kind of business. HR. When I'm saying you, explaining you these things, this will help you. For example, if any of your friend or your relatives, anybody, is confused about what to do in life, what should I do? I'm confused. I know many things, but I'm confused what to do. You just open up the horoscope. See where Mercury is placed. You can suggest. You can do something related to this. There is one person who is familiar, my first student. She lives in Rishikesh and she is into the hospitality industry. Mercury in 9th house. 9th house, a religious place. Rishikesh is a religious place. So he is doing hospitality in the religious place. So how the things are getting connected. He left his home. She left his home. Staying alone there and involved in this business. ERBN. Yes? Third house, any doubt? Anybody has third house Mercury? No? So, as I've told that brother and sisters are involved in their business or they are involved in the brother sisters business, both way could be the possibility. And Mercury in 4th house. 4th house is about mother, feelings, emotions, sentiments. He could be a melodramatic actor, portraying or selling his emotions. Mercury in 4th house. His or her mother could be involved business with him or her, or they both are doing business. Either he is carry forwarding the business of mother, or mother is, must have seen in India, very famous, no? Ladies are sitting in the shops. Yeah, this could be a possibility. They are doing the business of their son or daughter in their absence. So somewhere business is involved related to fourth house. And I knew few people, they are in film industry, they are actors, they are selling their emotions, their feelings, their sentiments, are portraying certain role, right? And there are few people who are selling articles or goods to primary schools. My brother-in-law, he is not much qualified, but he is into selling articles or goods which are used in primary schools because of Mercury in fourth house. Mercury in fourth house. Or they may be dealing with the vehicle.
Like garage.
Yes. They could be in the industry of, fourth house is a house, dwelling house. In that, there are brokers who are giving you houses.
Real estate.
Yes, real estate industry could be.
It's like nurses and caring.
No, nurses would not be there because to some extent, yes, that can also be there because they are selling the caring, they are selling their caring emotions. That could be also the case. Nurse industry, that nursing kind of industry you could be in, right? Hospitality industry. And these people, when they communicate, Mercury is communication. When they communicate, their feelings and emotions are wrapped. That the aura of that gist of flavor of that love, feelings, and emotions are reflected in their communication. Mercury in fifth house. What is fifth house? Our friends, our relations, our children, our creativity. So they may be involved with their friends in business, or their friends are involved with them in their business. They are doing business of their creativity. They may be a sculpturist, they may be a painter, they may be an artist of any kind, but they are selling that creativity. They are into selling their creativity. The relationship with their children is very business oriented. Either they are into their the business of their children, or their child is in their business. Or they are using their child for their business. There's one biscuits, Parle G. You have seen? A small child is there. I think since my childhood, the child is there on that wrapper. He may become a grandpa, but they are using the image of the child in selling them, and they have not changed it more than 50 years. So somewhere they are using their children in their business. So Mercury in the 5th house. Mercury in the 6th house. Sixth house, the own house of Mercury, but the very serious house. Serious, a lot of issues, problems. So Mercury is always dealing with the problems. So these could be a healers. They are dealing with physical issues, mental issues. These are very manipulative kind of people, you know. Here Mercury becomes very sharp. Very sharp and very strong. Very quickly they realizes that something fishy is going to happen, and they run away. Or they just try to escape. So they sense negative circumstances quickly, because Mercury is very sharp and clever here. Even they are very diplomatic with their enemies, because 6th house. They are even capable of selling their products to enemy by being diplomatic. So there is a possibility of Mercury in 6th house. Doctor, practitioner, because they're dealing with all the negative stuff. Psychiatrist, mental issues, could have Mercury in 6th house, right? But they are very clever people. The only negative part of Mercury in the 6th house is, 6th house is a house of enemies. Their intellect is their biggest enemy. Yes, their intellect, their buddhi is their biggest enemy. Because they are always in doubt of something negative might happen in their life. So they are very pessimist people. in spite of the positive traits, that for example, if they think, oh, something bad might happen in Arambol, they would be the first person to run away from Arambol. They will come to know. They have that kind of sixth sense of negativity. But this intellect, this buddhi, is their biggest enemy. Because always they are pessimist. Always thinking something fishy is happening.
My mother. My mother.
Yes. But they are clever people. I have one of my friend who has Mercury in 6th house. He's very clever. But when I go very close to him, I find a very pessimist also. He think as if some enemy is hidden, or somebody might do any harm. Mercury is thought process. And his thought process are in 6th house. All negative stuff is going inside the brain. See, whatever I'm explaining, that could be generalized. It can happen to anybody. But it is more concentrated, more in this house. Right? And Mercury, 3rd house is also our hands. So he may be involved something related to his hands. Mercury, 3rd house. Because when we communicate, we use our hands also, right? So these people are always frightened. Mercury in 7th house. Business involved with his or her spouse. Either the spouse is taking care of their business or they are taking care of the business of spouse. When I say Mercury is always in getting profit related to that house, so there is a possibility that the person could be a manager in the business of spouse. Because who is being sold? The spouse. For example, a spouse is running a yoga school and he is a manager in that yoga school. A spouse could be any business. And other way around also. 7th house is also the house of other people. The whole world who is interacting with you. 1st house is you. 7th house is the whole world. So these people, whenever they try to interact with other people, they mean business. They want to make a profit from everybody. They are capable of using anybody for their own interest, for their own profit. right? So because of Mercury in seventh house, the lordship of seventh house is Venus. It's a house of romanticism, love affair, enjoyment with the spouse. So because of Mercury, the relationship with the spouse is very business oriented. All romanticism vanishes, vaporizes. Because either of the two are a businessman. One of my elder brother, he was earning my sister-in-law, his wife, he was saving, no romanticism between them. His Mercury in seventh house. So because of business, romanticism is beyond the mind game, it's a heart oriented game. But here mind functions, brain, calculation, analyzing, critical analyzing. So the Venus suffers. Anybody has Mercury in seventh house, Venus suffers. That the romantic relationship suffers. In particular, the spouse. Do you understand how the relationship suffers? They may be earning a lot. Their companionship, their partnership, they are earning a big profit. They are big businessmen, both husband and wife. But what's about the romance? There would be no romance. Or even if the romance is visible, it is only superficial, just for the outside world. To sell it. Deep down, Mercury in the 8th house. Again, 8th house is the most complicated house. Very complicated. It's a house of sudden ups and downs. Suddenly, something pops up. Oh my God, what happened? Oh, somebody called. Oh, accidents, sudden happening. The graph is like that. Tides of an ocean, ups and down. So Mercury in 8th house is frightened. Frightened. Is in fear. Why? Because Mercury believes in that clear calculation. 2 plus 2, 4, 20 plus 20, 40, 20 minus 10, 10. The clear cut calculation. But 8th house, 2 plus 2 is 22 or 0. So Mercury is confused. What is happening? And Mercury is in favor of analyzing, planning, thinking. But in 8th house, suddenly something pops up. Fear pops up, which is not visible. It's a house of darkness. So Mercury is a bit confused, is frightened. So anybody who has Mercury in 8th house has issue related to their nerves. But in spite of being fearful, the habit of Mercury to sell, he could be a tantric.
What?
Tantric. He could be a magician. He could be that Baba type people, that's just reading you off, getting you rid of ghost and all that. All these stupid things they are doing. Oh, some ghost has smothered your energy and I will do something. All the things which are not visible with our naked eye, they try to sell those things. tantra, magic that is not visible. So they try to sell. In spite of being fearful, he will try to do his job. These people are very good at getting money from other people. 8th house, other person money. They are very good. They know how to tackle other people finances. Now, depending upon the position of Mercury also. So intensity varies, right? If it is very strong, then they would be very good.
Strong and weak is like the number related to the number.
I would be telling, when I would be explaining about the elements, then you will come to know how the planet is strong and weak. So, there is a possibility that anybody who has Mercury in 8th house could be a scientist. Because he is inventing is going deep. The 8th house, the roots, to invent something new. Scientist. And their communication would be very deep because it is influenced by 8th house. But one thing is very sure, they are a bit fearful and they have weak nerves. Stomach is weak. They cannot eat anything. Or there is a possibility, mind plays a very complex game. Mind plays a very complex game. Even, for example, if some dish is being served, okay, something to eat, everything is good. But suddenly, there's some doubt in their mind that if they eat this thing, their stomach would be upset. Slight doubt, a shadow of doubt, and the things will happen accordingly. Because Mercury is fearful, he is smothering your energy. Your energy is totally in the grip of Mercury. So there are many positive and negative aspects, both. And I say they are when they communicate, they a very deep kind of communication, not childish communication. No, very deep. They mean something because the communication is influenced by the complexities of 8th house, and they are inventors, they are discoverers. They are capable of all the things which are not. They could be in mortuary business. They in the graveyard, mortuary business. Yeah, I may be mispronouncing it. And in that Shamshan Ghat, there are people who are selling woods. Hindu religion believe in.
For the burning.
Yes, believe in burning the dead body. So they may be into that industry. So something related to, they may be in LIC, insurance business. They are frightening you. Death can happen anytime. So who will take care of your family? So they may be into that business. He could be in the industry of postmortem department. Postmortem. Because they are dealing with the dead body. Death. So the fear factor and the weak nerves, the possibility is a lot. Okay.
How do we know if we are weak nerves? How does it manifest?
First of all, that nervous system is dominated by Mercury.
How does it manifest?
It means you get influenced by negative thoughts very easily. That is a big sign of weak nerves. And just out of a doubt in your mind, your stomach may be upset. Nothing happens. Just a doubt of fear. You feel like going in the washroom because of weak nerves. There are n number of possibilities. Whenever it comes, I would be sharing with you. Let's move to the Mercury in the 9th house. 9th house is the house of philosophy, house of ideology, fortune, long distance travel. It's the house of 8th and 9th house, both the house of astrology. Even 8th house, a house of astrology. He or she could be an astrologer. 8th house. 9th house. Again, fortune, luck, unpredictable. 8th house is also unpredictable house. We cannot predict what is going to happen. So the 9th house, again, fortune. So these people could be in the business of tourism, long distance travel, or they might be involved in their guru business of their gurus, because 9th house, a house of gurus, your teachers, is selling the principles, the articles which their guru had invented or made. So somewhere they are involved with the business of their gurus. They could be a fortune teller, they could be an astrologer. 9th house. Tourist guide, 9th house, right? He could be a philosopher, he could be a preacher, sadhu, saint, or fathers. Because 9th house is basically the house of Jupiter, higher knowledge, higher teachings, optimism, idealism. So he's selling those things. Motivational speaker he could be.
Idealism?
Idealism, not idol. Both way it could be possible. Both way could be possible. Idealism, so the positivity, that ideal.
Not idol.
The idol can be seen.
He could be in the business of idol. Yeah. Because something related to the religion. And he could be a philosopher also. Selling the philosophy of higher realm. Right? A lot of possibilities are there. Mercury in 10th house. Mercury is quite comfortable because his intellect, his skill is fully used and occupied in 10th house, because what is happening in the 10th house? All kind of politicians, leg pulling people, hook and crooks, the law of jungle is applied in 10th house, survival the fittest. So Mercury is very diplomatic there. He may be involved in the business of his bosses, in the business or with the bosses, business with the bosses. Business involved with the colleagues, they are working with them. You know, sometimes what happens, if anybody who has Mercury in 10th house, okay, he's doing a job and he is working in Arambol. Let's suppose he has Mercury in 10th house, okay, his company, his job is in Arambol only, but every night he is going to Mapsa or some other place, South Goa, and at that place there are few articles very famous, or their boss or their colleagues are in requirement of certain things which are only available in Mapsa or in South Goa. So they say, can you get those things? So he agreed, but earn profit. For example, any kind of pen. They say, we want that kind of pen which is available only in Mapsa. Said 100 rupees. He will get in 50 rupees. So 50 rupees he is gaining profit. He is doing business with colleagues, with the bosses. Okay, there are many possibilities of Mercury in 10th house. But Mercury is quite comfortable because he has a lot of work to do and everybody is working. He is very busy whole day. He wants to remain busy throughout the day. Mercury in 11th house. Dream selling industry. There are people who sell dreams, sell wishes, desire. They tap your wishes. They tap your ambitions. What is your ambition? I will fulfill. For example, if somebody desire could be, maybe someday I would go to England or India. So they will find these kind of brokers, they will help them to go to that places. It's because they are fulfilling their dreams.
So you facilitate another one to manifest his dream.
Yes.
But I know what to do.
They could be in that business of selling their dreams. Or that lottery business, 11th house. Because that they are earning. We save money so that someday we have more. Right? So they may be into that chit fund business, lottery business, or maybe in stock market, selling the shares. Mercury in the 12th house. Very bad placement for Mercury. Not at all comfortable. Because Mercury is the planet of speaking, communicating, thinking, analyzing. But 12th house is the house of nothingness, emptiness, zeroness, moksha. Laid back, retired life, solitude, seclusion. Only in one aspect Mercury is good in 12th house, and that aspect is party planner. They have that skill. They're good at party planners, they are into they might be into the industry of event management. Mercury in the 12th house. But here Mercury has to struggle a lot. Unless and until Mercury is very strong, they have to struggle a lot. Because Mercury is thoughts, thinking, planning, analyzing, and they earned a lot. Now want to rest. We want to enjoy. Mercury could be in the industry of NGOs. They collect and donate. NGOs, non-profit organization, government organization. It's a difficult position for Mercury because they find few things they could not understand, or as if they are blank sometime, and there is no support unless and until it is very strong. But most of the time they are in a what we say, no man's land, zeroness. But all the things related to the 12th house, they try to sell the things. They may be into that pension industry, which is, we say, provident fund industry. That could be a possible in 11th house also. Provident fund industry, pension industry, 11th house. Because they are earning. Earning could be the form of provident fund. And 12th house is a house of subconscious mind. That is why I say conscious mind is in zeroness. So the subconscious mind is related to 12th house. There could be a possibility of them being in a field of hypnotism. Yeah, hypnotism. Just going into the subconscious mind of other people and just doing the business relative to it. So we have done with Mercury in all the 12 houses. So tomorrow we will be two things. We will be starting with the elements, which is a very important part, and after Mercury, Ketu will come. We will do the Ketu part also. That is also very Zeroness would be traveling everywhere. So, any doubt? You have Mercury in
In 11.
11th house. You? 8th house. And you?
Second.
Second house. So, does it sync when I am explaining things?
With what I didn't think anything. So
Same here, I haven't found myself.
In which house you said?
11.
11th. 11th house is a very vast house. It is not only fulfilling others' dream, it fulfilling our dream also. It's not that he's into the business of fulfilling others' dream. It is also related to our dreams also. You understand? Fulfilling our wish and making profit out of it by fulfilling our wish. His eyes on gains, right? And your case, second house?
yeah, like selling toys or family business, food industry.
It's not that you have to sell your family business. You may be involved in the business which your family was doing. One thing, or you have learned the skill of the business you might be involved in from your family. That could be one possibility.
Okay.
Somewhere the relationship of your business is happening with your family lineage.
Yeah, because my father used to be a photographer. And that I did too.
Yeah.
So like origin.
Yes. And there is also a possibility that we have certain plans for future. We have thought process. I might do this thing in the future. So Mercury wants to gain profit connected to the traits of that house. He may or not be involved. I'm not an astrologer. Right now I'm an astrologer. I have started into the astrology from 2012. Before that, I was not into the astrology business. I was into that salesman and communication industry, but my interest was deep interest in astrology. So nothing happened. For how many years? I can say around 38 years. I was not in the business of astrology. So what I am saying, it's the conclusion of the life. So only after 2012 or 13, I started into this business. And to be very frank, it was not there in my mind when I was doing my schoolings in my college education that someday I would become an astrologer. No, it was not there in my mind. But my Mercury in 9th house, and I am into this business of astrology. 9th house is related to meditation. I also share my meditation experience. So we cannot conclude what I am saying on the basis of the life which you have lived. It's a big life, huh? Sometimes it doesn't matches right now. Maybe after 5 years, stars are moving. Right now you are in certain time period. You are in another time period. You have certain mindset. For example, you are going through Venus time period. You are in favor of beauty, love, romance, pleasure. But when the Venus is gone, for example, if Mercury is there, You would not be into that romance and pleasure. You would be profiting. Let's earn money. Let's gain profit. We are totally in the grip of planetary energies. You know?
But also we learn how, in which period we are. And
Yes, yes. It's a long subject. But in these 7 days, I would be giving you the maximum. It's not, the whole astrology is not possible in 7 days, but the best I could give or the maximum I could give, I'm giving you, which you will not get through books, and because through books are very boring. All internet, you might get all the knowledge, but not the kind of knowledge which I am sharing with you. It's a practically an applied knowledge, which I have applied on myself. I have no guru in my astrology field. But I've been reading, learnings, and suddenly that start things happening. You know. So any doubt, any question? You can collect data.
how to improve this energy in our house, like, I mean, how to, because we were always talking about improving for Saturn, slowing down helps.
Yes, yes.
For what's the next?
Definitely, I will be going into the remedies part also.
Okay.
I will share. Just remind me again.
No.
Sorry?
Did we talk about Mercury to improve it? It's slowing down.
No.
No, I have not talked about it. I would be sharing because Mercury is very important, you know. I would be, and just remind me, the remedies related to Mercury, just simply remind me. There are two planets which are very important, and the remedies of these planets are very important because we live dominantly, prominently, living with along the energies of Moon and Mercury, emotions and intellect, emotions, feelings, and thought process. So we get carried away by these two energies a lot. So I will give you the all remedies related to Moon and Mercury, and that is enough to deal with your life. Okay? Any other question? So revise it, and I request you to please collect the data